Hello friends, welcome to the Oracle Integration Cloud Training Program, and this video is part of lesson 5, and here we are going to cover file transfer pattern, and then we'll see insert operation of ATP adapter. In my previous video we have seen to create a ATP connection with the help of ATP adapter. So we are going to use the same ATP adapter and we will perform insert operation of the ATP adapter. So here what we are going to do, we are going to create a file-based integration. Then we will use a FTP adapter to download a large file into a staging. So we have a CSV file which is kept on the FTP location, which is more than 10 MB. Then we are going to use the FTP adapter to download this large file into the staging. It is because FTP adapter has a limitation that it cannot read a file which is greater than 10 MB. Hence, we have to first download that file. Then once you download a file and you wanted to read that file from the staging activity, from the staging location, then you have to use the stage activity, stage file activities there, which will allow you to read the file. So in this stage file activity have different options. One is to read entire file and another is read file in chunks. Okay, so if the file which is on the staging location is again more than 10 MB, then you cannot read the entire file. Okay, there's a limitation that if you wanted to read a file and which is greater than 10 MB, you cannot read it directly. You have to use another operation like read file in chunks, which I'm going to showcase over here, and then we will use the ATP adapter to insert data into a table. So let's get started and jump to the Oracle Integration Cloud to show this particular lab. Okay, so I have just logged in into the SQL developer, the ATP SQL developer, and I have created a one employee table which is having the ID, first name, last name, gender, department, supervisor, and then email address. So I have created a table. You can also create the same by just click on this and then create object. Once you click on a create object, a dialog box will be open where you need to provide a name, and then you can just click on a plus button and then create a new column. You can create a primary key, you can unique key, and different things. So I have already created a table, so I'm not going to create it. Apart from this table, I have created the triggers as well on this particular table, employee trigger, which will be triggered whenever we will insert the data. It is for the primary key, it's for the sequence purpose, and same with I have created a sequence as well. Okay, employee sequence. So here you see the select star from employee, that there is no data into this particular table. Now let me just jump to the FTP location where we have written a file, big file.csv, and which is of more than 10 MB. If you open this file, you will see there are 3 lakhs data into this particular file, which we are going to read, and then we will put all the data into the database. So let it be open. So here you see the file is having 3 lakh one record, and the one record is of pattern only. So we will skip this and we will load this 3 lakh records into the ATP database. So let's see how we can do this. So let me just jump to the Oracle Integration Cloud now. Okay, now connection was already created in the earlier video. Now I just click on a create button. Once you click on a create button, just select this file transfer pattern. The file transfer pattern is nothing. It is again just like a scheduled pattern. Just click on a select button. Once you click on a select button, again a dialog box will be opened wherein you need to provide the integration name, and then identifier will be selected automatically. Here you just give a name, FTP to ATP. I'll say T and then learning. Okay, and then simply click on a create button. So here you will notice schedule orchestration has been created, and you see the schedule pattern is there. Okay, now just save your integration, and I will change the vertical to horizontal. Okay, now I will drop the FTP connection because I wanted to read that file. Just search the FTP connection, FTP con learning, which we created during one of the video, and here I'll say download file, and then click on the next button. Here I will show you, if let me just select a read and file, and I will show you one thing. So I will just use this home OPC in, and the file name is bigfile.csv. And if you click on the next button, it will show a warning that like the maximum allowed size for file is 10 MB. If you need to read files larger than 10 MB, please use download operation. So hence I'm going to select the download operation. Okay. So I will use download file, which will download the data into the staging area. So here I will select home OPC in, then file name might be big file, and then download directory I can say anything like temp. Okay. So this temp directory will be created on the staging area of OIC, and this big file will be downloaded at that area. Okay. Next, and then simply finish your result. Save your integration. And here now I will use a stage activity. Just click on an action, and there's a stage file activity which will allow you to perform operation on the staging area. I will say read file in segments, and then next. Once you click on the next button, here you see there are different operations like read entire file, read file in segments, write file. Okay. So read entire file is again having a limitation that it cannot read file which is more than 10 MB from a staging area. So you have to use read file in segments, uh, which will read the file in segments. Either you can choose the file reference or not. So if you don't choose the file reference, you have to give the file name which has been downloaded, and then same with the directory. So you have to give the big file name.csv here, and then same way the /tmp. Okay, just click on this edit expression. So if you click on this, here you will notice there's a response as well, download file response, and then again ICS file. Sorry, you have to exit it. Download file, ICS file, load more, then ICS file, load more. Then here, if you had given the file reference, you have to map this, but you have to, oh, sorry, again you have to load more. Okay, now here you have to give that file name. Okay, just copy, drag and drop, and then copy it, and then we will replace file name with directory. Okay, then save your expression, and then exit. Here you have to give the directory to read from. So again it has the directory as well. So I have copied this and will replace file name to directory. Okay, and then save your expression. Then just exit expression builder, and then next. So on the next screen you have to give the structure on which the file is there on the staging area. So I have the CSV file which I have downloaded. Click next. From here you have to choose the delimited data file. So I will choose the delimited sample file from here. So I have taken the sample file, and here you can give emp and then employees. Okay. If you wanted to consider the first row as a column headers, then you have to choose this. Yes, I have this thing. In my file, I have the first row as a column header, so I will use this option. And then next, and then done. Once you do this, here you see when you use staging file, okay, in as a read file in segment, a scope will be created, and here you have to use all the operations, all the activities which you wanted to perform as part of read file in segment. So I will use the ATP adapter to perform the data insert operation and select ATP connection learning. When you do this, you have to give the name, I can say insert data, and then there are different operations which you can use, like invoke a stored procedure. If you have a stored procedure, you have to use this invoke a stored procedure. If you want it to run a SQL statement, you can use this, and you can directly perform an operation on a table. This option gives you insert, update, or update, and then select. You can use any one of the option. I wanted to use the insert, hence I have selected insert. Click on the next button. Once you click on the next button, it will allow you to choose the schema. My schema is admin, so I will choose the admin, and then search the object, which object you wanted to use. I you can choose table, view, synonyms, materialized view, or all. So I have table, so I will choose the table, and then you can give the table name or just search. So if you have single table, the table will come up. If you have multiple table, all the tables will be shown over here. So you just select the table in which you are interested in, and then move to the selected pane, and then you click on import tables. Once you click on the import tables, here you will see the table which you have selected. You can add more table, you can remove the table. You can, if you have a parent child relationship, you can review the, you can manage the parent child relationship from there. You can review and filter column from the selected table, like just edit whatever column you wanted to select. You can select, I wanted to remove this supervisor, because I don't want it to put supervisor, so I have just deselected it. I have only first name, last name, gender, department, and then email address into my file. I don't want it to use supervisor. Click on the OK button, and same way, if you put some advanced option, you can do this as well. So if you wanted to put some, select some sequence, you can do this, but I'm not going to select it. And then cancel, and then next, and then finish your wizard. Now just save your integration, and then open this insert data mapper. Under this insert data mapper, you have to map all the data which is coming from the file to this thing. So here you see, this is the employee collection, which means you can insert multiple data at a time. So here, this is the read file in segments, read response, then employee, and then EMP, and you just put EMP to employees, and then same way as first name to first name. ID is mandatory, and it will be taken automatically based on the sequence and then trigger which we have created in database. Last name, department, gender, then email address. Here you see, in this employee collection, you don't see the supervisor. It is because we have skipped from the wizard. Then validate, and then close it. Now your integration is completed. You just need to enable the tracking parameter. So I will say the tracking parameter will be start time, and then just save your integration, save, and then close your integration. Here you will see a different options to activate your integration, like the different view. Okay, now here just hover on this, and here you see this switcher activity, and then click on the activate button. Now simply click on enable tracing and then include payload, and then just click on a activate. So once it will be activated, it will show the endpoint. Here it will show, it will not show on the top. Here it will open a transient dialog box, and where it will show, you can click on it and you can see the endpoint. Okay, this is not working. Just close it and then refresh it, and then if it will be activated, it will show in the active mode. And here you see, just click on how to run icon, and then you just click on submit now. So now to submit your integration, you have to click a submit now. So this is again a scheduled integration. You have to submit your integration from here. Just click on submit now, and then submit. Here you will see a request ID. Just click on it. It will take you to the tracking page. Here you see your integration is in progress. Okay, just try to refresh your integration, and now it is in progress, and it is, loading the data from the FTP, reading into the chunk, and keeping the data into that ATP database. Now just go to the ATP database and try to run your query, and you will see the data should be inserted over here. Here you see now data is going to be inserted. Now just make a count here and see how much data has been inserted. So here you 62,000 data has been loaded. Now just again go back and try to refresh. It should be in progress. Okay, now it is keep inserting the data. Now just again do this, and here you see 81,000 data has been loaded. Let's wait and see till the time the integration is completed. Okay, again try to run this query and see. Now here you see 2,60,000 data has been inserted. Again, it's in progress. Now it took 4 minutes as of now. Again, just try to run this query, and here now you see 22,92,000. Few data is remaining. Here you see now the all the 3 lakh data has been inserted. Now just go back and see. Here you see the integration has been completed. Now just click on it and you will be landed onto the integration canvas page, wherein it will show you all the activity should be in completed state. See, all it is showing in the green. Okay, so it is not showing, it is because it took multi iteration. But here you see at the end the arrow symbol in green which shows this got completed. If you can open this action menu and click on a view activity stream, it will show multiple things to you. Let it be open. It is taking time. It is because the data is too huge. So here you see the iteration, and it will show all the activities like message sent to insert data, message sent to insert data. It is showing multiple things. I forget to tell one more thing. Okay, just open this read file in segment. By default, it reads the data of 200 at a time. Okay, 200 records. If you click on the next, and at the end of this page, it will show the segment size. It is 200, which means it will read 200 records at a time from a file and will do the further activities. Then again, it will read another 200 records and will do further activities. So it will read the data into a 200 chunks. So this is how you can read a large file and you can put the data into the ATP database with the help of ATP adapter. So guys, that's all for this particular video. Now in the next video, we will show you the select operation as well. Bye bye.